Good morning, everybody. Liz Woodward is a 24-year-old waitress at the 130 Diner in Delran, New Jersey. And one morning, while working the breakfast shift, she noticed two firefighters sitting in a booth eating breakfast, and they looked absolutely exhausted, which they were because they'd been up all night fighting a really big fire that made the news, and she had been watching the story on the news that morning at the beginning of her shift. So she knew what they had gone through. And at the end, instead of getting a regular bill, they got a bill with a heartfelt note written on it where she expressed her gratitude for what they did, who they are, and the breakfast was going to be on her. And these big, tough guys were pretty moved by this. In fact, they were moved to tears. They thanked her profusely, and they went on about their business. And that's a wonderful act of kindness, but it's not the end of this story. It's not even close to being the end of this story. There's more. One of them, when they got home, took a picture of the front of the diner and a picture of the note that she'd left them, and he posted it on his social media, encouraging all his friends to give business to that wonderful diner because of the generosity of that waitress. Well, people noticed, and there were people that had critical information on this young lady. What they didn't know was she not only held down this job, but it wasn't the most important job that she had. Her most important job was taking care of her father at home, who was a quadriplegic. And her father couldn't ever leave because they couldn't afford a wheelchair accessible vehicle, a van. And when they, you know what happened next, right? They did a fundraiser, and they raised over $60,000 and got this family what they needed and what they deserved. It's a wonderful story, and it shows how a small act of kindness can turn into large acts of kindness. I hope you enjoyed today's story. I'll see you tomorrow.